So tell me about your friends again.
Well, there's not really much to tell, really.
Oh, come on, there's got to be something.
Well, this is Andy's house, and we've been friends for a few years.
You've been friends for years, but I haven't heard about it.
No, I guess not. I never really thought you guys would get along that much.
How so?
He's very childish, so he makes decisions that I think aren't really the right ones. He makes them to please a lot of people.
So why wouldn't we get along?
Because I think you make decisions very objectively, which is great. So, I don't know, I think in that case you'll probably get along better with Pat.
Pat's the actor, right?
Yes, yeah.
Objective actor. Do they exist?
Well... It's like you're still fine with staying the night. Yeah, right. Alright, cool. Yeah, hopefully they like you. Alright. Get ready.
What's that supposed to mean?
You'll see. Hey! I haven't seen you in forever.
It's been a while.
Yeah, this is Charlie.
Nice to meet
Nice to
you.
meet you. Come in.
Yeah. Looks like we're the first to arrive.
Looks deceiving. How are you, Elliot?
You haven't changed. How you going?
Yeah, good.
This is Charlie.
Charlie. Oh, well, why didn't you come in?
He's been staring at that mirror for a quarter of an hour now.
Something's never changed.
No.
By the way, I made snacks.
Yeah, cool. I don't remember lunch though. If Elliot...
Yeah, we can have Charlie's in the afternoon, I guess.
Yeah, we could.
I don't want them to go stale as in the fridge.
Fridge in there.
Any modern man who cannot roll his arse from... Andy! Elliot, it's just the people I was looking for. I want your opinion on some improvisations that I have planned for my audition.
What are you planning to improvise during an audition?
Well, in order to guarantee casting, I have to prove to those invertebrate casting directors my superior prowess as an actor. They wouldn't know real talent if it hit them in the face. Oh, that's a good line.
But isn't the point of an audition to say exactly what they want you to say anyway?
Well, that's what they want you to think.
Isn't planning an improvisation kind of defeating the purpose?
Well, sometimes, Andy, you put the moron in oxymoron. Oh, that's my phone. Well, that's probably my agent calling. I'll have to take that. You stay there.
Is it just me or is he acting a bit strange?
What do you mean? Isn't Pat always like this?
Yeah, good point. It's probably not.
Andy, this looks great and all, but are you sure it's going to feed all four of us?
Well, Pat wasn't hungry. He said he didn't want anything to eat because something about losing weight for his role.
Is he not literally auditioning for a soup commercial, though?
To quote Pat, people won't want to buy something if an unhealthy person, tells them to, I guess.
Well, being malnourished is just as unhealthy, so...
Oh, shall we?
So what Dom
Dom, I fired that deadbeat months ago.
I want to call him having a mental breakdown and quitting being fired.
He couldn't handle his greatest talent being gone.
So, okay, Mr. Actor Man, who's the lucky new agent then?
Marco,
Who's Marco?
my new agent.
Yeah, and who is he?
I wouldn't expect you to know.
Then why won't you tell me?
He's not important. Charlie, thank you for the food.
I didn't make this. Andy did.
Oh,
You were literally monologuing to me while I made it.
well, don't get your knickers in a twist.
Morning, honey. What's wrong?
Damn bagels didn't cook in the air fryer.
Again?
Again.
That's the fourth time this week, and it's only Monday.
I'm sick of living like this.
What are we gonna do? I know what we'll do. Finally! God, I've been waiting forever for this. Honey, look what I got us.
Not the rent. It's overdue again.
But our toast won't be overdue anymore.
And how much did this cost?
Only all of our savings. Toaster, for when bread isn't enough.
And you wanted to be as toasted as your husband.
What?
Well, for starters, we made some microwave lasagna for 4 people.
I'm sorry, it's just lunch, alright? It's not a full-course meal.
Yeah, well, you're also not a kindergartner, you know you can add veggies to your lunch.
Andy invited us to lunch. You don't need to confront him about his deficiency in salad.
Okay, yeah, well, if he made food worth eating, Pat wouldn't be starving himself right now.
I'm on a strict paleo diet, and I doubt that cavemen are raised on genetically altered vegetables.
Do you think cavemen lived longer than 30 years?
Regardless, paleo lets you eat vegetables that aren't greens, right?
That's not important. I think I would know what I can eat.
This just sounds like an excuse for you not to eat any vegetables.
Leave Pat alone, he can make his own decisions.
He's
right?
yet to prove that to me. The only thing he's proven is that he can emotionally scar his manager and not eat his greens.
Artists have to make sacrifices for their work. I doubt that any of you would know what that is.
What's there to understand?
This is not important. This conversation aggravates me. I'm going to take my leave.
Well, that was better than I thought it would. I'll go on. See you later.
Yeah.
Babe, I think your friends are a bad influence on you.
What do you mean? No, they're not.
They don't act their age.
What do you? Of course they do. Like, what have they done that isn't their age?
Okay, well, Pat acts like a time traveller from 1918. And Andy acts like a child who can't make anything more than a pre-made lasagna for 4 people.
So what? You don't need to like judge them all the time. It's fine.
Well, I mean, if we leave now, we can still make Married at First Sight.
We promised we'd stay the night. We can't go back on that. What are they going to think if we go back on that?
Can you promise we go first thing in the morning?
Fine, sure. We'll go first thing in the morning. Alright.
Pat? Pat? You okay? Pat? I'm coming in.
Oh, what on God's earth are you doing, Andy? What, you just look like you've witnessed a powerful performance of a Shakespearean tragedy.
I was just coming to check on you.
Well, how does that concern you so?
Well, only the time 'twas taking, sir.
Well, fret not, for I was needed on the telephone.
Well, as long as you're okay.
Why would I not be?
I don't know, that's why I came to check on you.
Oh, how thoughtful.
Since we're both here, will you help me choose a move?
Of course.
Let's go.
We've lost Andy, I think.
What are we supposed to do here anyway?
Hang?
Hang what?
Hang out?
Yeah, well, usually when people hang out, they do more than sit around aimlessly.
Well, I'm sure Andy's got something planned for when he gets back.
How do you trust him anyway?
Because I've known him for a while. Why wouldn't I trust him?
So you've managed to grow up and he hasn't.
I think you need to cut them some slack,
I
honestly.
think you need to cut them loose. You haven't seen them in months and all of a sudden it's, I need you, you need them. You don't need them.
That's not what this is about. You're
What
reading
is
too
this
far into
about?
it. It's about us feeling isolated and alone and us drifting, and I'm trying to put our friendship group back together.
Why does it have to be you?
Something must be wrong.
So these are our options.
Spoiled for choice, aren't we?
Anything particular catch your eye?
Well, why don't we get Elliot to make the decision? He's the expert on the situation, is he not?
I feel like you're still making up for a bad first impression.
Our bad first impression? I'm pretty sure it was your first impression on Charlie that affected our bad first impression.
Well, she just entered and she just decided that she didn't like me. She doesn't even know me.
It's because of your childish demeanour. One would normally find it charming and unharmful, but Charlie frankly found it very dangerous, reckless, and self-defeating.
That's insightful.
Oh, I'm in the insightful mood.
Something deep and meaningful then.
Precisely.
What about Inception?
Oh, Elliot, good for you to join us, but I'm not really in the Inception mood. It's a bit garish. Too many special effects, if you know what I mean.
Well, I guess if your terrible taste in films can't be helped, Pat, then what about Forrest Gump? It's deep and meaningful, and it is Andy's favourite movie. He never lets us forget that.
I feel like Charlie would not share my sentiment.
Yes, I don't think I want to hear Charlie's thoughts on the trials and tribulations of Mr. Gump.
Well, maybe she'd be into a Lieutenant Dan spin-off then,
No legs!
when that comes out.
Maybe something more down to earth. Based on a true story.
A European film, then?
No. She wouldn't be in the mood for subtitles today. It was a long trip here.
Oh, okay. Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Maybe she could tell us herself.
Oh, how long have you been there for?
Long enough to know you guys care.
Oh.
What are we watching?